Hey guys, Lorenzo here from Cinecom.net and welcome to Copycat Friday. Last week we did a Stranger Things Breaking Bones effect and you guys seem to love it. So it only makes sense that this week we do another Stranger Things video but about the new Upside Down. In this tutorial we show you guys how you can create your own custom Upside Down completely made in Unreal Engine. So now we go to the Upside Down. Ta-da!
The first thing we'll be doing is creating a custom landscape. Inside Unreal Engine we can go to the landscape mode and from here we can start sculpting our landscape. Or if you're lazy just like us, you can use a height map found on the internet. Look at that, we have a cool landscape to transform into the Upside Down. Next is going to be a custom material for the floor. And for this we will be using a blend material, meaning we can blend between 3 different materials, creating a new one and avoiding repeating patterns. To start, we opened up the Bridge plugin of Quixel and searched for 3 materials we liked and downloaded them. Of course, we also sent them to our Unreal project by hitting the blue button. Now, since the new Unreal 5 update, they made creating a blending material somewhat unlogical. In Unreal Engine, we have to select our 3 materials we want to use for that floor. And important here is the order we select our material. The base material, our bottom layer, we have to select first, then the middle material, and last the top material. Once we selected everything, we went back to Bridge, then to the local tab, Surfaces, and selected a random surface. Doesn't matter which one, it can be random. Then on the right you can see this icon with 3 lines. Hit that and we'll get a pop-up window. Here just click the Create Material Blend and voila, we have a blend material with the 3 materials we just selected. Next we added that to our landscape and now the fun can start. Working with a blend material has 2 important aspects. First one is how to blend between materials, because now we just see our base material, and if we want to blend we need to paint. So on top we're going to choose the mesh paint mode, select the paintbrush, and with the landscape still selected we can now start painting our custom material. In the mesh paint tab we will see all these settings like the size, strength of your brush, and the fall off, all self-explanatory. Now if we keep scrolling down in the settings we can find the paint color. Here we can switch between black and white. If we paint black we will reveal the material we selected. White will erase the selected material. Super easy. But how can we choose which material is visible? Well, with the color painting channels on the bottom. If we only select the red channel and start painting with the black, we're only going to see our middle material. If we now also enable the green channel and paint, we can see our top layer. And if we enable the blue channel and paint, we will get water puddles. How cool is that? But like you can see, the transition between the materials is quite harsh. So that brings us to the second aspect of blend materials, the settings you find within the material instance. And let's review them. In the global settings we can enable everything we want to use and adjust. And actually we are going to use everything except the scatter layer, so enable it all. The blend controls does exactly what it says. We can fine-tune the blending of the 3 layers with the fall off, the amount, and so on. Here you can really play around to make everything blend perfectly together. Then the base, middle, and top layer controls are actually the same settings you have for every material. Here you can adjust everything from color to tiling and more. Now the last super cool setting is the puddle layer. With every blend material you can create puddles and you can even make them animated. We always play around with the settings to see what look fits best with the scene we are building. And now that we know how the blend materials work, we can start painting like a madman and create a cool upside down floor. And once we have that, it's just a matter of adding a buttload of Quixel assets to our environment. Again, everything we use is from Quixel. Now to match everything better with the darkness of the Upside Down, we also decided to make some textures of the 3D assets darker. This way everything will match better together. And to really finish it off, we added some foliage to everything and voila, we have an Upside Down world. Only thing left now is to create a certain mood.
As you guys know, a little while back we worked on an Unreal Engine 5 course for beginners and it's focused at filmmakers or VFX artists because you learn about camera animations, how to create realistic landscapes, as well as virtual production tools, and that's what makes the course very unique. It has already received an overwhelmingly positive feedback, which feels very good after all the intense work that we put into it. And now you can get that course as part of the 5-day deal bundle. This is a collection of 36 digital products such as courses, VFX packs, plugins, and so much more. And together with industry professionals like the guys over at Filmbright, Austin Paul, the master of product videos, there's Shane Hurlbut, who is a Hollywood DP who has worked on films games like Need for Speed and such, Color Grading Central, and many more. Together, we have created a bundle worth over $4,300, but you can get that entire bundle at 95% discount. Now hurry up though, guys, because this deal ends on June the 14th. After that, the entire deal and the bundle is gone forever. If you did purchase it, however, you do have lifetime access. So go check out videobundle.net right now. There's a link in the description down below as well. And I'm really curious to see your reactions to our brand new Unreal Engine 5 course.
Of course, we also want a shot of Jordi standing in our upside down world. And for this, we are going to need to build a green screen so we can shoot him in front of it. Let's create one.
Snakes.
Cable is too short. You don't have a microphone attached to your camera.
Oh, what the f?
So apart from 5-day deal, I have another exciting news, guys. We got a brand new team member, and that is Timon. Hello. Don't confuse him with Timo. This is Timon. He doesn't have curls, by the way. This is the first guy in our team who doesn't have curly hair. So Timon has been working here now for about a week. What's your first impression? You're weird, guys.
Yeah, but so what? Everybody's weird.
Welcome to Cinecom.
Now for the shot, it's quite simple. We shot from a tripod and we made sure that our talent was completely in the shot. As you can see, he's not standing completely in the green screen, but that doesn't matter because we can rotoscope his legs out. The only thing that is important is that you have a cool red light on your side and that your green screen is correctly lit. And then you can let your talent do whatever he wants, like put on a headphone, and that's it for the shot. And now we can use it as a media plate inside Unreal Engine.
So while the guys are finishing up the edit, I have to clean up the studio. And while they're at it, guys, if you like our lighting that we usually do in our skits, well, most of that we learned through Shane Hurlbut's courses. Shane is a Hollywood director of photographer who worked on films like Need for Speed, Active Valor, Fathers and Daughters, and so much more. And he has an entire online filmmakers academy. It's one of the best courses that you can find about cinematography. This year, he has put his course about how to light night interiors into the 5-day deal bundle, which is worth, I think, somewhere over $100. So only if you're interested in that course, you're already saving money because the main bundle costs $89 after the 95% discount. And see it as you get all of the rest for free, including our Premiere courses as well. Go check it out, videobundle.net.
Now, as you can see, we are basically done. Our world looks great and all of our assets are put into the scene, but it isn't giving that scary vibe yet. And that's because we didn't work on our atmosphere yet. Light, fog, dust, and all of that stuff can really set a certain mood. For example, let's change our directional light to red instead of this white. And you instantly get a whole different feeling when looking at this scene. We can also add some fog to increase this effect. We created this dynamic fog material, which has different options where you can fine-tune the fog to how we want to look at. Explaining how we made it does get quite technical, so we decided to just make it available for free for all of you. Link in the description down below. To use this, simply create a cube and add the dynamic fog instance material to it. We can change the size of the cube, and to adjust it even more, open up the instance material and play around with the global scalar parameters values. Also, something very recognizable in the original shot are those ominous clouds. We could simply use the volumetric cloud since this already gives us some clouds in the sky, but there is another way to do this so that you can really dial in a certain style of clouds. To do this, open up the plugins window. In here, we'll look for volumetrics. It's going to ask us to restart Unreal Engine, so let's do that. Now, once that is done, head over to the content browser. Here we'll navigate to Engine, Plugins, Volumetric Content, Tools, Cloud Compositing, and finally open up the Blueprints folder. If you can't see these folders, head over to the settings and make sure Show Engine Content and Show Plugin Content is turned on. For this Blueprint folder, we need to drag the Cloud Mask object and the Cloud Mask generator into our scene. Its icon is going to fill up the entire screen, but don't worry about that. Let's select the volumetric cloud and scroll down to Material under Cloud Material. In here, we'll be adding the more customizable cloud material. So in the content browser, go back to the volumetrics content folder, choose Content, Sky, and Materials. You have a ton of different ones which you can play around with, but we'll go for the volumetric cloud 2 profiles paint clouds morning. Simply drag it over to the material in the volumetric cloud. Now select the cloud mask object, move it backwards and scale it up by a lot. And do do this until you start to see the clouds appear. Once they are visible, you can go into the details and play around with the density, MIP level, noise, and all those other settings until you have a look that you like. You can always go the extra mile and add animated lights in the clouds like we did to mimic a thunderstorm. Unfortunately, this doesn't work with regular lights. Since we're using volumetric clouds, it gets a bit more complicated. However, there is a $10 plugin that makes it super easy to do. You can always check it out in the Unreal Engine marketplace if you want to. With our atmospheres set and done, we can now add a camera and give it an animation if we want to, just to make it a bit more dynamic.
So you're able to do your own camera animations, of course, in Unreal, but you can also use something like VCam, or we came across a very cool plugin recently called DragonFly, which has tons of functionality when it comes down to animating cameras, but also for reviewing your scene. You can create snapshots, so much more. Definitely something that we're gonna try out more. You can see here that I can just kind of like fly through my scene. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below, guys, if you want to check it out.
And that's basically it. You can now render this out and enjoy yourself your homemade upside down.
Oh, luckily, it's just a green screen and my headphones aren't even connected. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something new. And if you want to learn more about Unreal Engine 5, check out videobundle.net. Link in the description down below, as our course is part of the 5-day deal video creator bundle. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay creative. Now check out the video here on my left, which is pretty cool as well. And goodbye.